This is why having a coach is so important. This is why reading a book is so important. A book that's based on actual studies, because it takes your thinking and it shows you what the true north of accurate thinking actually is.
If you're not getting results in the gym, but you're putting in the actual work and you're getting results that are different than what you expected, then that means you're missing a piece of the puzzle.
Next Level Nation, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of Next Level University, where we teach you how to level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode, number 948, last week's live Q&A. How do you talk with your family about quitting your job and chasing your dreams? Today, for episode number 949, one big reason you might not be succeeding. Alan, do you want to start this train?
All right, so I have a story to tell about when I was doing my master's degree at WPI. I had a 3.5-month period where at the beginning of it, I went to GNC. GNC is a supplement company. They sell pre-workout supplements, they sell creatine, they sell BCAAs, they sell all things supplements. And I went there. I remember I was really committed to my fitness goals. I was weight training just about every day, and I was playing basketball every day as well. I remember I used to joke, I'm living the life of a professional athlete, because most of my focus is on my athletics, my weight training, and then the MBA program compared to engineering was actually very easy in comparison. So I got to kind of enjoy myself a little bit for once after a brutal 4 years in engineering. But anyways, so I go to GNC and I talk to this guy behind the counter who's in unbelievably good shape. And I've always looked at people who have results that I want, and I've always picked their brain to the best of my ability. That's definitely a curious trend that I have in my life. And so I was asking him, what should I take? What should I do? What did you do? All this kind of stuff. And so I ended up buying a bunch of different supplements. I bought creatine. That was the first time I ever did creatine. I bought BCAAs, branched chain amino acids. I bought a new pre-workout supplement called C4. It's a pretty famous one. You might remember that. And then some protein powders, whey protein. I think I bought casein protein, which is a slow digesting protein, and whey protein. So anyways, I go off to the races and I'm working out every single day and I'm playing basketball every single day and I'm doing my MBA program at night. And the program's at night because most people have a full-time job while they do their MBA program. I was full-time school. And I go back to GNC like 3 months later and I tell the guy behind the counter, same guy, my progress. I've had more progress in the last 3 months than the previous 3 years. And I don't understand. Like, why? Like, was it the creatine that did it? Like, what do you think did it? And he's like, okay, well, what else is different? Sleep, all this stuff. And I said, well, honestly, you know what? I actually haven't been drinking. I actually quit drinking 3.5 months ago. And he said, Alan, that is without a question the reason you made so much progress. And so the point here, and the lesson that I wrote down for this episode, is you must be in a constant pursuit of more accurate thinking. I told myself a story that my drinking in college was not holding back my fitness goals. Now I've been a fitness model, fitness coach, fitness competitor. I've had fitness coaches. I've studied fitness for such a long time now. It was so ignorant. Ignorance is inaccurate thinking. And inaccurate thinking is not bliss. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is a very, very bad thing. And so I was ignorant and I told myself a story. Okay, drinking on Tuesdays and Fridays and Saturdays isn't really holding back my fitness goals. It's not a big deal. When in reality, when I did quit drinking for those 3.5 months during my master's program, no alcohol whatsoever, I made so much progress in such a short time, at least in comparison to the progress I was making prior. Now here I am, 33 years old, in way better shape than I was back then in my early 20s. It's not even close. And now I've got the 7 pillars of sleep, hydration, nutrition, training, mobility, supplementation, and breath work. And those are my 7 pillars of like the things that matter. And I'm 3 years sober now. So my progress now isn't even close to me back then, but that's because I have more accurate thinking now. I now understand what the fundamentals are that actually matter. And so Kevin and I wanted to do an episode on inaccurate thinking and how, quite frankly, either you don't have accurate thinking or you're not actually executing consistently against your accurate thinking. So if you find yourself wanting results but not knowing why you're not making progress, most likely the root cause has something to do with your thinking or your inability to consistently take action.
And you have to admit it first. I think the first step in anything is admitting that you don't know. Admitting that my thinking is one way and my results are going another way. I told Alan that my story for today actually comes from a call that I did earlier. So I was on a podcast months ago, and at the end of the podcast I'm on, if I believe in the person, I like what they're doing in the world, and they seem like they want to continue growing and scaling or whatever it is with their podcast, I say, hey, if you're ever interested, I'm happy to do a free 30-minute call. I'm not going to try to sell you on anything. I like talking to podcasters. It's my favorite thing in the world. And we get to the end of the episode. I said this to this person, and she said, yeah, if I'm ever interested, I'll reach out. Thanks so much for coming on. She sent me a DM on LinkedIn and said, hey, Kev, I know you mentioned that I could ask you for advice. What are your thoughts on this? And I sent a 1-minute audio explaining my thoughts. And I said, if you want to chat here, like, here's the link, let's just do it. And this person booked a call, and I actually talked to her team. I talked to her director of sales and director of marketing, which was interesting for me. And it became very clear to me very quickly that the perceived success that this company or this person thought she should have was just based on inaccurate thinking. She thought that all you have to do is start a podcast, throw some posts up, have a free webinar, and you're going to get people flocking to you like the salmon of the Capistrano. And I said to the team, I said, look, you guys are just off. That's all it is. And I started asking them questions, and they didn't have answers, or their answers were based on inaccurate thinking. This is why having a coach is so important. This is why reading a book is so important, a book that's based on actual studies, because it takes your thinking and it shows you what the true north of accurate thinking actually is. And that's all I did with this team today. I said, these are the things that we do. This is what I would do if I was you. Give it a try and let me know how it works. And when I was talking to them, I said, just understand, we're doing what we're doing, and this is the level of success we have, right? 900 and something episodes, 125 plus countries. We get to do this full time. We've done 6 rounds of group coaching, 5, and we just started our 6th. Live events, blah, 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 blah. This is exactly what we did. So your thinking is inaccurate. Here is an accurate way to look at it based on the result you're looking to create. And we had a really good conversation. I think that I want to ask you, Alan, what is the question that people should be asking themselves? Because you almost got to take a step back. You don't know your thinking is inaccurate. I remember in the beginning, I thought starting a podcast and making money would be easier than it was. Originally, I was like, it can't be that hard. Like, there's people that do it. What is the actual question you should ask yourself in order to figure out whether or not you have accurate or inaccurate thinking?
What am I missing?
But how do you know if you're missing it?
Because the results are different than what you expected.
Right.
So I do this all the time. I did this right before this episode, Kev. I said, I think I'm missing a piece of the puzzle. If you're expecting, so for example, the first time Kevin and I ever co-hosted a live event, we were shocked at how challenging it is to encourage people to get outside their comfort zone and come to a room in person. And, I'll give you a perfect example. This is a good story for this. Kevin and I raised the price of group coaching for Group 5, was it? And Group 5, started in the beginning of January. And we were thinking, okay, a lot of our listeners are succeeding at a higher level now. We've got more credibility. We've graduated 4 groups. We know certain people who are super interested in coming. We have a long list of people who want to be a part of group coaching. And we were very, very humbled by how hard it was to fill Group 5. And I remember you and I having a conversation, Kevin. I'm like, what are we missing? Like, what is the deal? Like, why is this so hard? I didn't think $47 was going to make that big of a difference. And then we figured out, it's January. Everybody just spent all their money for Christmas. Oh, crap. That's what it was. So we were missing the understanding that other people spend a lot of money on Christmas, and then January they don't want to spend a lot because they look at their bank account and they go, ooh, I really overspent in December. December's just a heavy month. I mean, I remember when I was at Cognex, Cracker Barrel was one of our customers, and 70% of their revenue was right on Mother's Day. And then the rest of the revenue was in the holidays. And so you just have missing data. If you're not getting results in the gym, but you're putting in the actual work and you're getting results that are different than what you expected, then that means you're missing a piece of the puzzle. And I've spent my entire life, quite frankly, trying to understand what I'm missing and how to figure out what I'm missing. I call them an anomaly. Whenever there's something that doesn't fit the pattern, it means there's something wrong. It means there's something I'm missing. One more quick story about this. Emilia reads a certain math book. It's a wonderful book. I don't know. We're going to buy like a whole slew of these books because I think it's the fundamentals of mathematics. But I told her, I said, this book is so well put together. It makes some of the most difficult math concepts come alive and easy, and it's colorful, and it's so well done. Unbelievable. Like I told her, we got to buy the chem one and the physics one. We got to buy them all. Literally, we're going to buy them all. But I went through the math book and I found a mistake. And I always do this with math books. I'm a nerd. And I found a mistake that I think it was 2 to the 4th power absolute value was they put negative when it was actually positive. And I look for mistakes, but what I really look for is anomalies. What is something that doesn't make sense to you? Because I needed to know, am I wrong or is the book wrong? Why? Because if I'm wrong, great, awesome. I'll just figure out why I'm wrong and now I'll be right next time. So that's what we've done, Kev, for the last 5 years. It's called the scientific method. Set a hypothesis. Okay, we have Lori Harder on our podcast, and if she shares on her story, we'll get 150 listens. Okay, that's our hypothesis. Okay, let's reach out to Lori. Okay, let's test our hypothesis. Oh, turns out that didn't do it. Okay, why not? Oh, okay, because story conversions aren't as high as we thought. Yep. Or maybe our marketing sucks and we have a cartoon avatar.
That's definitely part of it.
That's probably part of it. So I spend my entire life, Kev, this is the one area where I feel the most enthused. Because people ask me, like, how do you know so much about stuff? This is how. I've just been insatiably curious I love being wrong. I think that's weird. You'll notice, like, whenever I'm proven wrong about something, I'll get uncomfortable and upset and frustrated, and then I'll immediately shift into excited to learn. Because whenever I was wrong about an outcome, it means there was something I was missing. And if there's something I'm missing, that means there's something that I can learn. And when I learn, now I can double, triple, quadruple down on that later.
Hi, my name is Bianca Thomas, and I am the co-founder and COO of Evolve Ventures. I have had the absolute gift and honor of knowing Kevin and Alan since the beginning of their journey, and I've seen their evolution, I've seen their growth, I've seen the men that they have become. And it is for that exact reason that I have invested so much time, so much energy, and so many resources into being in their orbit, having them as my mentors, as my coaches, and even doing group coaching. They are two of the most extraordinary human beings I've ever met, and they have made my life so much better. I was a fraction of the person that I was now beforehand, and having them in my orbit, having them as my coaches, having them as dear, dear friends, I truly believe is the reason that I am who I am and where I am today. So I hope that this gives you the message that you need, the trust and the belief that you need to take the chance on them. Because I guarantee if you allow them into your life, you are going to get better. Your life is going to get better, and you can achieve and do anything that you want if you have them in your corner. Kevin and Alan, I love you guys so much, and I will sing your praises any chance that I get. I love you guys. I hope this helps.
It's very empowering to realize you have inaccurate thinking and then find a way to shift it. The other night I was watching UFC, and we have my TV's not as big as Alan's yet. We're waiting on some payments to come through before I'd go buy a projector. But we have a big screen TV in the living room, and I have these really cool lights that have a camera on top of the TV that looks at the TV. And for instance, say I'm watching, what's a movie with a lot of colors? Say I was watching Avatar, and the screen was blue. The lights turn blue behind the TV, so they mirror what's on the TV. Super cool. It's awesome. I love it. It's great for movies. And it stopped working. I turned on the TV, I shut the TV off for a minute, went back and turned it back on to watch UFC, and the lights weren't working. And I was like, I cannot believe this thing crapped the bed already. I've only had these for 4 months. What the hell is going on? I get behind the TV, I mess around with it for a couple minutes, and it turns back on. I was like, that's awesome. I am the man. So I watched the rest of the night. Everything was fine. Next time I go to turn the TV on and turn the lights on, they don't work again. And I said, this effing company, man. I can't believe it.
This company.
They got such good reviews. I don't get it. I don't understand. And I went out. I think I just said, screw it. I'm not going to deal with this now. Later that night, our little cat, Ace, climbs up on top of the TV. Now, this TV is hanging from the wall 6 feet in the air. It's up there. And I hear him scratching around behind it. And I was like, oh, when he got up there, he pulled the wire out.
Yeah.
He pulled the wire out, that little son of a gun. That
Damn
inaccurate
company,
thinking,
man.
the damn company. That inaccurate thinking, I literally was like, oh my God, I can't believe I bought these. I'm going to have to return these now. Can I even return them? I thought this was such an awesome thing. Now I feel empowered. Now I know if they don't work, it's because of the damn cat, number one. And number two, it just unplugged. You just plug it back in. And I think a lot of people...
should not be jumping around the TV, man.
No,
he's got a broken hip.
No, Fudge's got the broken hip.
Oh, okay.
Fudge got the broken hip.
Gotcha.
Fudge doesn't go up on there. He's not reckless like Ace. Ace is a reckless individual.
Okay.
But that just speaks to the importance of accurate thinking. Think of, if you have one piece of inaccurate thinking, everything else after that is a little bit more inaccurate. I think I can do this because of this. Okay, that part was wrong, so everything is a little bit more wrong as you get going. It's super, super important. All right, quickly, anything last?
One more story. I had a very, very, very successful mentor, extraordinary person, engineer, very brilliant, very, very wealthy man. Great guy, big fan. I helped him with fitness for a time. He was helping me with business. Awesome. Love it. He said, Alan, you feel really good going to the beach, and I feel really good going to the bank. Let's switch. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. So he's trying to work on his fitness goals, and I'm trying to teach him all of the formulas: sleep, hydration, nutrition, training, calories, all that stuff. And he texted me one time. He's like, I think I asked him what he was eating for dinner. Or he sent me a picture because he goes out to dinner a lot with his wife. And it was like red wine and salmon or something. I think he eats a lot of seafood. And I think he said something along the lines of, don't worry, red wine doesn't have a lot of calories. And I screenshot, there's a company called Wolfram Alpha. You can go to wolframalpha.com. It's kind of like the math nerds version of Google. And I said 9 ounces red wine. And it said 220 calories. And I screenshotted it and I sent it to Jeff. And I said, who told you that? 220 calories? 212 calories for 9 ounces of red wine. I said, let me get this straight. You just spent the last 2.5 years. He said, I heard that 2 years ago. You spent the last 2 years drinking red wine with the misunderstanding that red wine had low calories. You want to know why you're not fit? It's because you have inaccurate thinking. It's not based on the truth, right? If you think peanut butter has low calories, you're in for a rude awakening. 1 tablespoon is like 190. Or is it 2 tablespoons?
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons is 190. If you think olive oil is low in calories, you're in trouble. All of this has to do with accurate thinking. And so ask yourself before we go here, what area of your life are you expecting results, but you're not getting them? It might be because you're not accurate in your thinking. And you can ask Kevin, you can ask myself, you can reach out, you can hire a coach, you can read a book, finance, whatever it is, and just try to get a little bit closer, a little bit closer. Whenever something doesn't make sense to you, go find out why. If you're reading a book and you don't understand a word, look it up. You gotta use that curiosity so you can understand the world around you, because when you understand how and why things work, you can start to craft and design your own life and really achieve your dreams.
Next Level Nation, if you are listening to this as of the dropping of the episode, there's probably at least a week left in April. So as you know, we are doing a giveaway for the month of April. And if you review Next Level University on your podcast platform of choice, screenshot it, send it to myself, Alan, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, email, wherever it is, we will enter you into a drawing to win a $100 Amazon gift card at the end of April. It'll probably be May 1st is when we'll choose. But there's a link in the show notes. All you got to do is click it. It'll take you to whatever platform you listen to the show on. You can leave a review and we will put you in there. And there's an opportunity for you to win a $100 Amazon gift card for a minute of your time. And you are also helping us help more people. So it is a win-win-win.
Kevin and I read every single one of those reviews. So thank you so much in advance for that. Also, we had our very first session of Group 6 last night. It was awesome. The team, the group is fired up and ready to rock. We had a lot of people who couldn't get into Group 6. We actually ended up with 11 people in Group 6 because we had promised someone they could get in, and then it closed, and it was a whole thing. But we have a bunch of people who want to be in Group 7. If you are one of those, please let us know now, because that starts in May. Lock your spot now, because we guarantee you that that is going to close soon.
Next Level Nation, tomorrow for episode number 950. My goodness, we're creeping up there. It is Strategy Saturday. I'm sure Alan will say this in the episode. Strategy Saturday, my favorite episode. We are going to be talking about, is a vision board actually worth doing? So I have, and we'll use this as an example, the backdrop of my, I guess it's my background for my home screen on my laptop, is a vision board. So we're going to talk about that and the importance of it. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. And at NLU, we do not have fans. We have family. We will talk to you all tomorrow.
Please reach out.